MotorWeek is made possible by Rock Auto and Tire Rack.
Hello and welcome again to MotorWeek. We're glad to have you with us. In the world of exotic supercars, few symbols command as much respect as the wild bull of Lamborghini. To many, it's a perfect description of fast, demanding machines like the Diablo. But while many well-heeled buyers desire the status and panache of a Lambo, not everyone wants the challenge of driving one. Lamborghini recognized this little marketing obstacle and has responded with the all-wheel drive Diablo VT. Has the bull finally been tamed? If so, you wouldn't know it from the Diablo VT's brutally aggressive lines. Wearing the same Marcello Gandini design panels as the standard Diablo, which was named after a famous fighting bull, it's the visual equivalent of a mighty symphony. The 1812 Overture crafted in aluminum and carbon fiber. But the real music in this symphony comes from the 12-piece orchestra under the engine cover. The massive 5.7-liter 48-valve V12 blast out 492 horsepower and 428 pound-feet of torque. But where the standard Diablo feeds all this power to the massive rear tires alone, the VT puts it to the ground in a different way. It's the first Lamborghini model to use the company's new viscous traction system, which transfers up to 40% of the engine's power to the front wheels when the rear wheels begin to spin. But that's not all that makes the VT different. It also features an adjustable active suspension system, as well as new speed-sensitive power steering and a new hydraulic clutch. With so many new features, this was a car we had to drive, so we hopped a plane to the home of Lamborghini, Sant'Agata, Italy. Upon arrival, we were taken on a tour of the Lamborghini factory and observed the VT being built. Now, any longtime Lambo fan put off by the VT's obvious sophistication need not fear. The VT is still mostly hand-assembled with the same level of care as any Italian supercar. But it's the driving that always matters in the end, and driving the VT is unlike any Lamborghini that came before. In fact, it may well be the ultimate Lamborghini, because no other model from Sant'Agata has ever been so user-friendly, yet still capable of the speed and ferocity of its wild bull namesake. Slam the gas pedal to the floor, and the big V12 punches you into the seat. The factory claims 0 to 60 times of just over 4 seconds. Our seat-of-the-pants impression said that was just about right. Once over the initial burst of sound and fury, the VT proves to be remarkably simple to drive. Both steering and clutch are surprisingly light, with plenty of feel. Though the traditional Italian gated shifter can still be a hard, clumsy affair. The viscous traction system eliminates the Diablo's sometimes unnerving tendency to wag its tail in corners, but without piling on the front plow like so many all-wheel drive systems do. What's most amazing, however, is how much less effort is required to drive the VT. We wouldn't yet call it easy, but the Diablo VT is remarkably accessible to those whose talents aren't yet in the Formula One league. But while it has seen some improvement, the low-slung cockpit remains accessible only to the most flexible. Once in, the driver nestles in very firm but very supportive bucket seats and faces a long, sloping dash that packs all of the features and power accessories that one expects in a top-dollar car. Smart-looking, if not always ergonomically correct. Now, when we describe the Diablo VT as top dollar, we mean it. In fact, you'll need $242,000 of your best dollars to purchase one of the approximately 300 VTs that Lamborghini will build this year. Those privileged few will obtain a car that delivers all of the thrills that this historic Italian breed is famous for, but now allows more drivers access to its remarkable skills. But there's more. Soon those same drivers, not to mention the son, will have access to the Diablo Roadster. Shown in production form at Detroit's recent North American International Auto Show, this raging roadster goes on sale later this year. It shares the same all-wheel drive system as the VT with identical performance numbers. U.S. prices are expected to be about 10% more than the normal VT, or around $265,000. The Roadster's top is a solid one that, when not left at home, can be carried on top of the engine cover. How civilized! Indeed, has Diablo, the wild Italian bull, been tamed? Hardly. But now that we've driven the VT and had a close look at the Roadster, we can say that he is in a better mood.